All right, welcome back to the back nine here at Tyger River, round one of Hub City AMs.
This here is a Gavin Rathbun Enforcer that Will is throwing, just a touch right of the gap, but I think he should have stayed in bounds, I believe.
Yeah, he's still in bounds. Just it won't feel like it from where he's standing.
Yeah, it's not this is one you kind of want to birdie, but it can be tough if you don't get out this first gap. What a shot there by Ben.
Yeah. There's really two options to get through that gap. You can go high through the opening, or you can go low and hope for the skipper. And that's what Ben did there, and it worked out really well for him.
Allen, I think he's throwing an Onyx here. Oh, I just caught the inside tree. And then Lance is throwing a pink Cloudbreaker. We kind of figured out that the low line is this line. Ooh, it's pushing the OB over there.
Yeah, unfortunately he snuck over the line.
Oh man, we've kind of found that the low line's a little better if you have something that flips up all the way, but you're going to get super left. And this OB line was painted a little bit closer to this side than we had thought it was going to be. Here's Allen going over the top. Oh, that's such a good shot from there.
Yeah, he's got a putt for a birdie. Yeah, here's Will.
This is not the most fun spot in the world here.
That line of trees that Allen just threw over, Will is going to do the same thing, but much wider. Hits a tree and...
Fortunate to fall in bounds there.
Yeah, like with just a couple feet to spare.
Ben going up the middle. Great shot there. Maybe a touch long. Lance throwing an MD5. Skip shot. Oh yeah. Good up from there. Should hopefully be able to save his par. And Will just throwing a little backhand approach there. Just laying up. Yeah, good bird there from Allen. Especially after that drive. That was a pretty solid approach.
Yeah.
That's a new play on the hole. Hit the first tree and then throw spike hyzers.
There we go.
Good bird there from Ben as well. I'm sure this was kind of a chit-chatty card, but nowhere near as much as probably round 2 and 3 are going to be. Good par save there from Lance after that OBT shot.
Yeah, depending on where your spot is at, if you go out of bounds, you can either have a pretty decent look at getting your upshot going or be completely trapped.
Hole 11 here, par 4, 508 feet. OB lines both sides of the fairway. Plays as kind of a tunnel shot. OB is under that tree line and on the left in the tall grass, and it wraps around this basket. This hole, you want to just throw something straight down the middle and stay in play. And Ben looks to maybe have gone a little left on this.
Yeah.
That's going to be pushing the OB line.
Yeah, it unfortunately skipped just right at the corner there.
Oh, right in that, like, the break.
Yep, he almost made it into the short grass there, but yeah, he got stuck.
It's pretty easy to do that on this hole. There's usually a right to left wind that's going to be pushing it a little left. I think this is a Onyx here from Allen with an Adam Hammis stamp. This is one of those test flights. Solid run.
Wow.
Great shot there.
You mentioned that some of you guys are sponsored by Play It Again Sports. We got a Play It Again Sports on the whole sponsor sign there.
Oh, yeah. Will there throwing that Rathbun Enforcer again. And then Lance is throwing a first run Seedline PD. These are the run that like Gannon throws, that split die. Really solid one. And that's going to be great. I know quite a few of these discs because I've gotten them for these people, like that that Onyx and that PD and that Enforcer I got for them. But
You can see how close Ben was. Oh,
yeah.
Yikes.
Oh no. Oh, that's gonna be close.
Yeah, I think he's okay there. He did not have a double OB on this hole.
Lance throwing a Exo Hard MD5. Coming up, maybe. Oh, never mind. That's really solid. I thought it was gonna be a little short.
Yeah, the grass is still a little wet because this is the first round of the day, and I've seen a couple over rotations like Ben had on that last shot. You plant your foot and just turn.
I have a problem with I can't get Vessies, which I want to, but they don't make them my size, so I can't get the water. I don't have waterproof shoes, and that's a great shot by Will throwing a Gavin Rathbun Felon that I also got him. Really cool spin dyed one. Ben just upshot with a pillar here. Looking good. Oh. Good up there.
Yeah.
Oh, Will. Just a little off left. He can sometimes have a little bit of a shaky putt if he's not super on. He tends to miss maybe a little lower, a little left because he has a bunch of that hyzer on it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I do the same thing.
Yeah, unfortunately, I tend to yank it a little bit and I go sailing. That's a good birdie from Alan and Lance there.
Hole 12 is par 3, 234 feet. OB tall grass on the left and right hand side and behind the basket. This is a short one, but there's tons of out of bounds possibilities here. You just gotta fire something straight down the middle and beware the trees. Keep it in bounds.
Yeah, this is one you just got to miss that tree and keep it inbound somewhere. I think Alan is throwing might be a zone. I'm not 100% sure on this one, but that's not a bad spot. Maybe just a touch long. Lance is throwing his zone as well, if he goes forehand. Which, this hole can be tough with the decision. I tend to go backhand on it just because I'm more dominant that way, but it's really just pick your shot. That needs to get down. I think that's a good tree, to be honest. That was headed kind of out of bounds, I believe.
Yeah.
Will's going with that harp again. Looking to probably fade just in front of that tree. And that's the play I feel like most people go with, is this backhand overstable. Try to just get around this tree somewhere.
Yep.
And that's a little short, but should give him a circle's edge look.
I like to do that with a wasp. Just go to the right of the tree, let it come back.
Oh no. Oh, that's fortunate. Yeah, I throw a XD here, but I throw a hyzer flip.
Oh, okay.
Oh, just a little strong on that. But I find a lot of people throw overstable on this hole. You can see, I think is that Hunter Bowman in the background back there?
No, that's Justin, catch cam.
It was with Justin, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because you can see me and Justin are talking right here.
Mm.
Oh, great putt from Will. Oh man, that's kind of a tough putt with those branches in your way there.
Yeah.
Good save there from Lance.
As I understand it, there's a good possibility that a second pin location is going to be put between those two nests of trees eventually.
That'll be fun. I think that'll be a better hole because it'll force kind of going left of that tree a little bit more.
Yeah.
Hole 13 is a par 3, 321 feet. Plays about 360 uphill. OB on both sides and wraps around the basket. You kind of want to throw a flush shot at that tree on the left, have it turn, and then fade back into this hill. I actually was practicing the jump putt layup to the shorts on this hole for a bit.
Huh.
Will's going with that enforcer again. And that should be good if we can sit down. Yeah, it's solid. But, and this looks a little overturned to me. Get back. Oh. And I don't know if that crossed again. And that was just overturned. This hole it makes you have to throw it hard because of how far it plays.
Yeah.
But it's just tough. I know we looked for that, for Ben's disc for a while, but we didn't find it. And then Lance just with a early release.
Yeah, unfortunately for Ben, he went out of bounds pretty quickly.
Great upshot there. I think you heard me on catch cam there. I was standing beside Jess and I said, no, Lance, you do that every time because he tends to early release this hole. He's just throwing a P2 upshot. Not bad at all.
There was a lot of discussion on where Allen actually went out of bounds.
From watching it from catch cam, I don't believe he ever crossed back, but I don't think it matters score-wise with him missing that putt.
I agree.
Oh, sit. No. Curl. Okay, that's good at curl, but that's unfortunate. I think this weekend there were a few on lead card, just some like OB, like where did it go out calls that we had, especially at Holston.
You know, Will has had, even in this round, he's had some bad run-ins with the baskets thus far. And if these putts all dropped, Will could be, I mean, he's at 4 down right now. He could be stupid down right now.
Yeah, this course is really scoreable. If you're putting well, I feel like you have to throw it well and putt well on this course just because of how many little trees there are everywhere. Good cleanup there. I think this might be it's going to be a bogey frame for the lead card.
Yeah. Ouch.
It happens on that hole though. That hole, I think played as it was the 5th hardest hole. There were only 5 birdies on it, and I think there were 4 double bogey pluses. So that hole played pretty tough.
Hole 14, par 3, 363 feet. And you throw from high to low. You've got a Mando in this tree to the right here, so you must go straight down the middle. There's some dangerous trees to get into, and then you've also got some very good opportunities to park it and try not to go long.
Yeah, this hole's tough, especially with the addition of the Mando. And Will's throwing, I think, a buzz here. It's looking pretty solid.
Hit it.
Oh, no. And that skipped kind of far, to be honest. That's unfortunate because that would have been almost 2 in 1 round for the card. That would have been pretty cool to get on coverage.
Yeah.
I know during winter lines, this hole was aced. During, I believe, in January, because I was just glad the guy wasn't in the ace pot because I aced hole 13. I believe that was a Buzz or a Luna from Allen. Lance is throwing a Logic. Cosmic Fury 2. That's looking really solid.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Great shot from Lance. That needs to get left. That was close. Just maybe a little overturned.
Yeah, no one fortunately got into the really bad trees, which are those fir trees.
Yeah, on the left. Those can be... You don't really have anything from in there. Great putt there from Allen. Having to ante around those trees. So I know that I'm there talking because there was a kind of a long wait on the group in front of us on the next hole.
Have you ever played with Adam Mon on this hole and watched him do the forehand over the trees to the left?
Yeah, I have. It's pretty impressive. You have to have a lot of power for it. That was a great putt from Will. Great to get the birdie after that kind of unfortunate skip out.
Yeah, hate he didn't get the ace, but at least he made the long putt, so that's still pretty cool.
2 is solid on that hole, I feel like.
Yep.
That hole played, I believe, around middle of the pack. Yeah, it was .26 under par. Pretty solid hole there. This is hole 15, par 5, 799 feet. Kind of want to throw out this gap and into this gap on the left. You're wanting to throw something kind of overstable, have it fade and skip up this hill. After that, you have forehand, backhand, roller. You can try to get aggressive, go for the green, but you kind of just want to split some of these trees and kind of get up to the mouth of the gap. And then from there, you want to just throw either a forehand or backhand to another approach into this green so you can have some sort of shot at birdie. There's some OB on the left here, and besides that, it's not too bad. You just got to stay in the fairway.
Easier said than done.
True. I know that I struggled a little bit with it, at least in some tournaments. It can be, this tee shot's pretty tough. Well, let's just pulled it a touch. That's not the worst spot in the world, though. He can still at least par from there.
Yeah, all of you guys have got the distance to get around the corner up there.
Well, it's not the distance that's the worry. It's pushing too far almost. I know that I tend to push into that back wall. That's not a bad spot from Alan. But I tend to push too far, too straight almost. I think that's the miss we all have. Lance got pretty fortunate that kicked back into the middle there.
Yeah.
He's had some, I think we all did. It was very humid. Had some grip issues. Just with getting the disc online and not really releasing it.
That's a good pull by Ben there.
That's going, I believe. That was a cloud breaker off the tee. He's going cloud breaker again.
Yeah, Lance kept going back and forth between using the drive bag and then not using it at all because like, no, it's too much. Oh, no, not enough. So you could really tell that the humidity was getting to him.
Yeah, I know I struggled at least with getting enough chalk on my hand, but not having it just be soaked. Because my hands tend to sweat a lot, so I have to use chalk even in the winter. And Will's just going buzz here, I think, on the second shot. And that's really solid there. Giving him a great shot out this gap. Alan throwing I believe his dyed Raptor. Just a little low, I believe. Lance having to go to the old overhand. And that's honestly pretty solid from where he was.
He understood the assignment and got right back in the middle of the fairway.
Yeah, he did.
What is this disc from Alan?
I believe a nuke. That is such a good shot.
Yeah.
Especially from back. That's a crush of a forehand. Yeah. Just a little low.
Yeah, now here's Lance from where he pitched out to with that overhand shot.
This is Cloudbreaker 2. Going the forehand. That's a great shot there.
Yep.
He's had that disc for a long time. It's his like main forehand flip up one.
Well, it worked out real well for him.
Oh yeah. And then Will, great shot here. Should slide up just right beside Lance's.
I tell you, Will and that pure, he's got that thing dialed in.
He has a few of them, I believe, of that run. They're pretty solid, kind of flippy though.
There's Alan putting for eagle. Man, what a second shot.
Is this for his 3?
Yeah. Oh, maybe not.
No, because remember he hit he threw his tee shot kind of rough. It was on the left side. He had to pitch out.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Oh, that was a good putt from Ben. Just kind of didn't catch. This hole actually played as the hardest hole on the course. There were 6 double bogey pluses, so 20%, and there were only 6 birdies.
Wow. Yeah, I guess I was still blown away by that shot by Allen.
Oh, yeah. It was a great shot to even have the chance at the birdie. But Allen was one of 6 birdies, which is pretty solid on that hole.
Yeah. Good putt. Hole 16, par 3, 431 feet. Off the tee, if you're going for the basket, you're going to be hanging out over this tall grass and OB the entire time. Some guys are going to want to just pitch up here, lay in the fairway, and then go at the basket. It's what you make out of it here if you're going to take the chance and run it. Looks like Will's doing exactly that.
I know that me and Lance were playing the wrong basket in practice. We were playing to the red one. And that's a really great shot from Will. I know this hole's tricky to get on this green. I know I went OB long and missed my putt. So I didn't have the best time on this hole. Allen going the forehand. I believe this is... Oh, that's really unfortunate. Did he ever cross back in bounds?
No, he did not. But I can't remember where they spot him at.
Lance is just playing left. This is kind of the safe play. That's close, but that's just kind of the safer play.
I feel like one of the differences in filming MPO and FPO and MA1, MA1 seems to give really friendly spots.
Yeah, I never thought Allen crossed, like, over anything. I thought he was kind of over OB the entire way.
Yeah.
But
that was a good upshot.
I think we tend to just be like, yeah, that's good enough. Oh, really good bid from Lance there. Just a touch low is all.
Kind of makes your heart stop when you see the disc kind of come over top of those rocks, because it can roll away.
Oh yeah, yeah. This play was the third hardest hole on the course, at .55 over. Only 3 birdies.
There was an event last year or the year before. I filmed Ben Wolf out here, and he had a putt, and it stood on edge and rolled all the way down the hill and out of bounds again.
Yeah, I had one kind of similarly, just hit right side change, fall out, and roll. Hole 17's a par 4, 540 feet. The double island hole, as we call it. So you have this first landing zone that is considered an island. It stops, and then you have the second landing zone, which is an island. It's marked by OB around that rock circle with the elevated basket. I don't know if we're going to see any of these guys go for it, to be honest. There was kind of a headwind in tournament. I bet money we're going to see 4 layups. And that looks to be close to out of bounds there.
Yeah. Yeah, if you look at the bushes on the left-hand side and the tree branches, not something you want to mess with.
Not at all. And then Lance throwing pretty far back, but that's kind of his play. He throws mid, just it doesn't get as big of a skip. Good shot there from Ben. And then, is Allen going for this?
Yeah, I think he does.
Huh. That's an interesting play with this wind, in my opinion. I know even after the bad hole I had, I laid up and just tried to take my birdie. And then he looks to he had some good speed on it, just turned it over a little too much. Easy to do with the headwind we have.
I think Allen might have been looking at scores and thinking, I'd like to stay on lead card here.
Lance got almost razzed right there.
Yeah.
But that's a great shot there. That's an FD3 he just threw approach with. I believe that's a 3rd run seed line. Really solid one. I believe Alan just needed to either birdie. He just needed to birdie one of the last two to get on and not bogey this one. I think he would have been on lead card.
Yeah.
Ben with a pretty solid approach there.
Yeah, 3 out of the 4 guys are putting at this point.
And then Alan, I believe, this is a swarm. One of those test flight ones. Good approach there. Should give him a 20-footer. Oh, just low for Will's par. Just stop rolling. All right. Yeah, just a little low for Will's par. It always kind of feels bad when you go for the layup and then go out of bounds. I know I've done it quite a few times, and it's always pretty frustrating. Ben may have just had a little slip out of his hand there. You can hear the wind on this. It's ripping.
Yeah, my wife played the afternoon round in the other pool, and she said the wind was terrible at Tyger in the afternoon.
That's why I'm pretty glad we played Pipeline in the afternoon, just because we weren't going to be affected by much by that wind. Good bogey save there from Will.
Yeah, it's so easy to get distracted at Tyger River, especially when they're having a softball or baseball tournament like today.
Oh yeah, a lot of stuff just going on. A lot of cars, a lot of people.
Yep. Good par from Ben there.
Good birdie from Lance.
Yeah. Hole 18, par 4, 647 feet. This is our final hole. You've got OB on the right-hand side of the road. You've got OB on the left-hand side that's marked by a painted line. And then if you see on the right side here, you've got a Mando, so you have to stay on the inside, stay on the grass. The last leg of the venture is making certain you get up to the basket and not letting your putt or upshot roll down the hill. This is a tough one to end on.
Especially as a par 4. I know from White's it plays as a par 5.
Oh, yeah.
Which is, it's kind of a tweener hole, in my opinion. Takes 2 really good shots to get the birdie. Let's go in Cloudbreaker 2. Down the middle, that's fine. Maybe a little shorter than he wanted, but in play is always good on this hole. Ben looks to just overturn that, but it should stay in bounds. Alan's throwing, I believe this is a nuke.
That is ridiculous.
That's crushed. I know I throw my roller, like my roller stable destroyer, and throw it on a lot of hyzer and kind of corkscrew it down this fairway. And Will's going that Rathbun Enforcer again. That looks to be leaking a little left.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Just out of bounds, yeah.
Yep, crossed the line, unfortunately.
He still has a chance to stay par from there, though. It's not too hard of an up and down. Ben going roller. I don't know if that was on purpose or not.
Yeah, I'm not certain.
That looked more like a little bit of a thrower. Come on, keep coming back in bounds. Get back. Ah. Yeah, it can happen pretty easily. Just like the last hole, there's a bit of a headwind on it, so it's kind of flipping everything over a touch. Lance going, I believe this is a Cloudbreaker again. Just overturned it a touch, but that should be up there.
Yeah, he's stuck on the side of the hill.
And Will's going Enforcer again. That's a great shot. I know I was around here and I had to throw right and skip up the hill because I had to throw right at that the no parking sign right there. Kind of similar situation. I had a T-bird approach and I left it low and had about a 60-footer and I missed. But par on this hole's solid in my opinion. Ben's just laying up here. That's a pretty solid shot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, great. A little bit of a scary putt, but that's a good shot. And Alan, just low. Lance here. This is for his birdie. Oh, sit. That's a very fortunate sit down there, but
Yeah, I know he wanted that birdie, but I feel like he's also very glad that it didn't roll downhill back at him.
very true. This hole played pretty tough. There were only 3 birdies on the day.
Who was that?
Callum McManus, Hayden Kostick, and Sean Gorman.
Wow.
Yeah. So I know a few, like me and Hayden were both close, but we just missed some putts, I believe. Yeah, great save there from Will, especially after that OBT shot.
Yeah, no kidding. All right, after the first round, we got Hayden Peters shooting the hot round, 8 down, over 1,000 rated. Colton, you're going to be joining us on round 2 here, man.
Oh, yeah.
It's a
You're
great
gonna see me
round.
in Pipeline throwing some weird lines.
Yeah. And then we got Cameron Rhodes going to join us too. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on round 2.